YouTube land, what's up? It's your girl Makar from Cougar's Closet. How y'all feeling today? So listen, Black Americans, let me get this right, because you just can't come on here and get it right. Listen, Black Americans, you in trouble. The Cougar is cracking their whip. Yeah! You in big trouble. Say one more. Say one more. Say one more. Say one more. Say one more word. Say one more word. You in trouble. So listen. Here's the deal, right? Y'all got this belt off of Sheen. I done put so many creases in. I hope it be okay when I go to wear it. It don't look like it, so I'll buy some more. Anywho. Well, anyway, right? So you black African Americans black Americans is whoever, however you want to word it. Y'all in trouble with me, right? I know you think you didn't do nothing, but you did something big. You did something big. Here's the deal, right? So I want to talk to you about vitamin D and the effect on vitamin D that it has for you black folks. It's very vital that you have vitamin D and never run out of vitamin D. So that's what you've done. You don't have any vitamin D in your closet, in your cabinet. That's what you've done. You don't have any vitamin D. That's what's going on. You don't listen. You don't make up any excuses. You could go down to the Dollar Tree. Vitamin D is vitamin D, and you can buy vitamin D for $1.25 because the Dollar Tree did lift up their prices, so you can buy vitamin D for $1.25 now. So let me. Listen. This thing will wear me out. But listen. So here's the deal, right? And it's cutting the back of my neck. You can't look good if you wanted to. Anywho, so here's the deal, right? Black people in general have to have vitamin D. They can't run out of vitamin D. This is crucial. And I've had a lot of vitamin D's, but I ran out and I never did recopy it because I didn't know how crucial it was until I went to my holistic doctor and we got to kick in that holistic conversation. So it wasn't all white coat talk. It was dark talk. And we got to kicking that conversation, and he said my vitamin D was low. This may be about 7 years ago, 6 years ago or something, 7, 8 years ago. I don't know. It was years ago. But he told me that I was low on vitamin D, and I think he recommended me vitamin D3. And I asked him how long did I have to be on it. He said forever. He said you need vitamin D. You are never to run out of vitamin D. He didn't go into all of the reasons why a black woman like me should have vitamin D. He never did go into all of that, and I never did ask either. But I knew he had planted a seed that I needed, and I will use it when I get to it, and I need it now. So, with vitamin D, there's a reason why people of color have to have vitamin D. And one off the top of my head that I'm going to throw out here before I get on Google is people of color have to have vitamin D because they're not around a lot of sun. And it's not like you're in the Dominicans. You're not around like a lot of sun, and you're not eating all of these vibrant fresh fruit straight off the tree, like pineapples and mangoes and fresh apples. We used to have that stuff. Well, we didn't have pineapples and mangoes, but we did have apple trees and stuff. And then they but you could always plant apple trees in your yard, plum trees in your yard, banana trees in your yard. You could always do this, but you gotta check if your region allows this. Anywho, so people of color, I got off track. People of color should have vitamin D. They're never around all of these elements that they need. So, the people like the Dominican Republicans and stuff that you see, that's black melanated people, with the tropical skin is because they're on beaches, they're around the sun is directly hitting them. But when you're in Decatur, Illinois, like me, this doesn't happen. But you can get the tropical effects. If you start using more vitamin D, you will bring in the tropical effects of your skin. Now, will it be 100% pure like them? No, because they're around the natural source. But this is the next best thing that you have. So, vitamin D is very crucial. So, then I'm going to go on to the research. We in the lab. We in the lab for vitamin D. Listen, let me find it. Now we on Google. Why is it vital for Black Americans to have vitamin D? It's becoming increasingly apparent that vitamin D protects against other chronic conditions, including cardiovascular disease, diabetics, and some cancers. Melanin is normally Black people's best ally, acting as natural sunscreen, protecting. I don't know what that got to do with nothing. Okay, why is vitamin D important for Black people? Black people have higher bone mineral density and lower risk of fractures due to fragile bones compared with white people. Do African Americans need more vitamin D? The body naturally produces vitamin D in responses to the skin's exposure to sunlight. People with darker skin pigmentation, like African Americans, are at greater risk for vitamin D deficiency or insufficiency because the higher presence of melanin reduces the body to ability to produce vitamin D. That's just like my hair. My curls are so tight, so an egg wouldn't work in my hair. It wouldn't go down in my hair, would opposed to a person with looser curls, it'd go straight in the hair. It'd just sit on top of my hair, but it'd penetrate looser with people, Black people that have the S waves. Listen, I'm off. Listen. Why does darker skin need more vitamin D? The more melanin, the darker the skin tone, the less melanin, the lighter the skin. The amount of melanin in the skin affects vitamin D stats because the skin depends on UV rays to synthesize vitamin D. The darker the skin inhibits its production. What is the vitamin D paradox in Black Americans? African Americans have lower levels of vitamin D in the blood. How long should a Black person stay in the sun for vitamin D? 20 minutes for one person and 50 minutes for another. The lighter. 50 minutes for the lighter and 20 minutes for you. Your time cut in half. What are 14 signs of vitamin D deficiency? Fatigue, not sleeping well, bone pain and acheness, depression or feeling sad, hair loss, muscle weakness, loss of appetite, getting sick. And see, I don't like vitamin D, so I'm gonna have to go get the. I got some milk in there I've been drinking lately. I bought a half a gallon because I spoil milk, so I'm just not a like the animal bothers me. Like even with meat, like I know that I can't avoid it right now, but I'm gonna find out, like biblically what we supposed to be eating. Cause last time in the Bible that I checked, we not supposed to eat nothing with a splendid hoof. That's pork. I had got away from that for a minute, but then I got back on it. So we supposed to be eating stuff with a round hoof, like a horse, and I gotta find out what else has the round hoofs. I don't know if that would be donkeys or what, zebras and all of that stuff. So 5 foods naturally high in vitamin D. Fatty fishes like salmon. I love salmon. Trout, tuna. I had tuna about 2 weeks ago. Canned fish, herring, and sardines. Egg yolks. I've been eating a lot of eggs lately. Beef, liver, and fish. I'm a fish fanatic, but I don't have the fish money. All right. 6 vitamin D fortified foods. Breakfast cereals, milk, almond milk. I like almond milk. Soy milk, orange juice, and oatmeal. So I'm not gonna talk your heads off about this. But are vitamin D and vitamin D3 the same? I needed to know this because I didn't remember if my doctor had put me on D3 when he said I couldn't get off of it. Vitamin D has two main forms, D2 and D3. You can absorb both types in your body, but studies have shown that D3 raises your levels more efficiently than D2. I personally recommend it over the counter. But listen, if you ain't got no money, listen, get to the Dollar Tree and start off with D, then work your way up to 2, then work your way up to 3. Anything better than nothing at all, baby. Listen, I'm on the main line. Dr. Lacey says you can also take a cod liver oil substance if you prefer that than a pill. Who is more at risk for vitamin D deficiency? People with darker skin are much more protected from UV rays, but also need to spend longer time in the sun to produce the same amount of vitamin D as people with lighter skin. So I ain't gonna go into all that, but I am gonna say this. So you dark black people that I love, you ebony people that say you ain't gonna go out in the sun because you already black enough, you better get out there if you want to keep living. I don't know who told you was dark enough. You was too dark, but I've always loved ebony. Oh, baby, especially when it got the white eyes and the white teeth. I've always loved ebony. You better get out there and get you some sun, or you gonna be gone in the next 18 to 23 years. You'll be out of here. Baby, with that purple black skin, baby, and your teeth white and your eyes white, baby, and you throwing a white shirt, baby. Look, I better get out of here.